Haunted Bookshop. Woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's episode of Tobacco Pipes and More. I'm your host, Lanza. Today we're going over the Haunted Bookshop. Pretty excited about this one. I haven't really had it much. I've had a couple of bowls, but it's a very interesting flavor. I did have the cake, which is significantly sweeter, which I'll go over in another video. And I actually do want to do a comparison of these two, so that is a video that I will be doing, comparing the two flavors, contrasting them, or the contrast between the two flavors. I bet it's going to be pretty interesting. So, last time I did, I think it was another video that I did where I had some other tobaccos and stuff that I was showing, and I made a comment about this one. And I still believe it to be 100% true. It smells like an old musky book with a bit of dirt thrown in. It really does. It does kind of have a bit of a nuttiness, but not like a peanut. It's more like, how would you describe it? More like a Brazil nut or a walnut, something to that degree. Bit of earthiness. Yeah, it's really nice. So I got some information from tobacco reviews. So it's made by Cornell and Dill, and it's blended by Bob Ranowski. Again, manufactured by Cornell and Dill. It is a burley-based blend, which is probably where some of that nutty smell from the bag comes from. It's got burley, Perique, and Virginia. It is a coarse cut, which it's definitely coarse. It's not so much a ribbon cut. It's definitely got a coarser, more heavy cut to it. It comes in a 2-ounce tin, 8-ounce tin, and it also comes in bulk. A little bit of information about it. It says Haunted Bookshop is a pipe tobacco blend by Cornell and Dill that's made from burley, red Virginia, and Perique. It's named after the novel by Christopher Morley. Some say it has a medium-bodied smoke with a medium nicotine content and a good flavor profile. Now, I have to say, I do kind of enjoy the flavor. Some of the flavors, or it says here flavor, some say it's sweet and heavy, with notes of earth, spice, and nuttiness. Others say it has a hearty and slightly bitter. The Perique, some say the Perique adds a little spice and flavor, but isn't overpowering. Others say the pepperiness is fairly low. The burley, some say the burley gives it a clear, nutty note. And no, we're not talking about testicles, okay? And it's most notable in the first half of the bowl. Others say it might taste strongly to people who aren't used to burley blends. And then the Virginia tobacco. Some say the Virginia adds sweetness. The burning. Some say it burns cool and well. And the room note. Some say it has a pungent room note. So, just a little bit of information there about the tobacco blend. So there's a couple of things I actually wanted to bring up. I did a little bit of rearranging in the back there. I put some tobacco tins up on the backdrop, kind of make it look a little bit better. But the other thing I wanted to show you guys today is my custom-made by moi pipe rack. It holds 33 pipes and a few tins of tobacco and kind of whatever else I want on the bottom there. I have very minimal leather work, and honestly I think it came out pretty good, and I'll go ahead and put a picture up there for you right now. Like I said, it holds 33 pipes. I made it out of a pre-tanned sponge, like a sponge tan type leather, and it's in a dark brown. I think it turned out really, really well. The problem is that I'm not a perfect, obviously, I'm not a perfect leather worker. I did it on my carpet, so every time I pushed down to try to get, the lines straight, obviously everything was bending and warping, and so the lines are not perfectly straight, but that's okay. I didn't have a proper surface to work on at the time when I was making it, but either way, I actually think it still came out really well for what it is. And again, I have very minimal leather work, but I did a lot of armored combat, which, if any of you know what that is, you dress up in medieval armor, and no, it's not a LARP. I cannot stress that enough. It is not LARPing. It is a full recognized combat sport, and it is super awesome. If you ever get the chance, if there's a team around you, go check it out. It's super, super cool. Here in Tucson, Arizona, we have the Hellhounds Armored Combat Team, which I was a part of for about a year and a half, till I got a shoulder injury, and my shoulder keeps popping out of socket. So, but yeah, we use real steel armor and real steel weapons, and it's super cool. But that's a discussion for a whole nother day. Anyway, so I got some of my leather working from doing that. We'd have to cut our leather for like straps and do stuff like that, and then re-rivet parts of the helmet back together and parts of the straps, and so it was a lot of fun. And hopefully, I'm planning on trying to get back into it. I just got to get this stupid shoulder back in operational function. So, but that's kind of where I got a little bit of the play, hands-on play with some leather and rivets and stuff. So, but yeah, let's get back to the blend. So, like I said, we are doing the Haunted Bookshop. Let's go ahead and give it our first light. And I'm gonna grab my this guy and this guy. All right. Fire. Yeah. So it does kind of have a nuttiness, but I wouldn't really call it more nutty more than it would be like a toasted nut, something more roasted, rather than just a plain, walnut or Brazil nut. It's very interesting. For what it is, it's actually pretty complex. All right. Let's go ahead and give it that second good old light. Oh, and today I'm smoking out of my very, very nice Vaughn 3315. It's got a very lovely shape to it. A bit of an apple bowl. Very nice profile on the stem here. in the shank. Picking up little bits of cocoa, slightly coffee-like, not quite to that degree, but it's within that realm. For me, I pick up a lot of peppery flavor. I know it says that it wasn't super apparent on that data sheet, but I pick up a lot of that pepperiness in this tobacco. Yeah, it's kind of like a spicy-ish, peppery toasted nut of sorts. It's really nice. It's very unique. And here's that. Here's a bit of that shag cut. See? It's not quite ribbon. It's kind of like chopped up ribbon. Yeah. I wouldn't say there's a lot of sweetness to this. The Virginia is more of a background player rather than a forefront. It is obviously burley based, and that definitely comes through the most. It's a toasty, nutty, slightly cocoa-y, mildly coffee-esque in flavor. Let me try that again. I think I picked up something just now, but dirt. It's got a bit of a dirt flavor. Like if you ever walk outside and you kind of smell after the rain has passed, you can smell some of the mud coming up from the earth. Huh. Yeah. Cocoa-y, muddy earth. That is very, very interesting. It's kind of the first time I ever picked that up. I thought having a little bit of Mike's Hard might help some of that sweetness pop out, but no, it doesn't. Yeah, it's a very interesting tobacco. A lot of burley tobacco has a lot of additives to it. You know, like flavorings and toppings and things like that. This doesn't have any of that. So what you're getting are the pure flavors. And since this is mostly a burley base, that's kind of what you get. You get that nuttiness, the earthiness, the toastiness of the burley, which is that is what it is. And the room note to me is sweet. I'm wondering if maybe that's kind of where some of these people are getting a little confused, because I don't pick up any any like real heavy sweetness or any even real residual sweetness from this tobacco. But I smell it. It smells very sweet in the air. Kind of like a sweet peanut. Yeah, something along those lines. She went out. One moment. I'll tell you what though, I think my favorite part about this tobacco is the smell from inside the tin or the bag. I really love that. I love books, I love reading books, and anything that kind of reminds me of a book. Let me rephrase. I love reading fantasy books. You know, Lord of the Rings, the Night Angel trilogy, so on. I love that realm and that genre, and actually, funny enough, I've been writing my own book. I started it back in 2012 when I got deployed with the Army, and we were outside the wire, and we were rolling out with our artillery guns, the M109 Paladin, and I had the book in my cargo pants. I've gone through like 3 iterations of this thing, and I'm also only on like chapter 3 after all these years. But yeah, I lost like all 3 copies of the book, and finally I was able to retain the latest master copy, and I was able to get it on computer. But yeah, this tobacco just reminds me of an old musky bookstore. You know, something you would find in a fantasy series. And that, to me, right there, is like the golden ticket of tobacco. Makes you reminisce. Yeah. It makes me want to pick up a book, sit in a reclined chair, and just read. That's what this does. So I think Cornell and Dill hit the nail straight on the head with the name. God, I love that smell. Give it another whiff. Oh yeah, It's so nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to draw this review to a close. If you haven't gotten any of this stuff, pick yourself up some Haunted Bookshop. Is it my favorite tobacco? No, it's not, but I'd be hard-pressed to say it's not one that I would smoke often. It is very nice. And it really does. It makes me want to pick up a... Excuse me. It makes me want to pick up a book and just sit down and read. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you a fun farewell. Till next time. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you could, share it. Share it with your friends if they like pipe tobacco and smoking. Or if they just like random stories about books that I used to write. Or kind of still am, but you know. Go ahead and hit that little subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I release another video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this because I really enjoyed making this video. So, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you adieu.